because being pregnant makes you starved. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and I will be making these videos every single day, so please stay tuned. My channel is all about waist training. And right now I am pregnant, so this is my first pregnancy, so what I'm doing is kind of like an experiment almost. I don't like to call it that because it's like, okay, there's like a loss to be seen, but that's not the case. Here we're just trying to control our waist. So yeah, so basically this is what I'm doing. I have been waist training all my life, so this is just, for me, these waist trainers are very light. This is the type of waist trainer that I wear to the gym or to work, or when I I have ab day or something, because these are easy to move around. They're very flexible. They're not, at least the one that I'm wearing right now is not that tight. I usually use heavy corsets to waist train, and Bebe is going to he's my witness. He saw all my corsets. He knows exactly which ones I have because he sleeps on them sometimes. Anyways, the main point and what I wanted to talk to you today about is how I lost weight during my second trimester. Okay, so I am almost at the end of the first month in the second trimester, which is month 4, and I know it's so confusing. I always try to count them and week 14, 15, 16, 15, I guess, 15. So yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is that 15, no, 16. Basically I wanted to go over what I did exactly, okay? So I don't know if you saw my other video where I talked about how I gained 10 pounds and why I gained those 10 pounds. Now, I know that there's a lot of videos out there that are bogus, like, oh, look how much I weighed, look how much I lost. There's probably a bunch of them that are real, but let's face it, reality is losing weight is extremely hard. You have to have a combo of a good diet, a combo of, like I said, good diet, good training, and if you want a really super small waist and hourglass shape, you have in some way to train your waist, unless you are one of those people that are gifted with a very small waist. Somehow some people do. I have a friend that is like that, and it's just, that's how it is. Some people are like that. And some of us are just normal, you know what I mean? Like, I had a normal waist size before I started waist training, so I was skinny all over, but my waist was about, I believe, like 28 inches, which is the regular, if you're a size small or even extra small, that's the regular size of waist. But before my pregnancy, my waist has always been about 24 inches. With all the waist training and a regular diet, okay? I don't go too harsh when I'm off season, and when I'm actually competing, I go all the way down to about 21 inches, even reaching a little bit like 20.5 sometimes. From what I experienced and the girls I competed with in the past, the shorter they were, the smaller their waist, the bigger their hips were. I'm not sure, I'm not a scientist, and I'm not the doctor, so I'm not gonna be able to yeah, that's how it is all the time. No, it could be the fact that you're really tall, you have a very small waist. I haven't seen that combo often. Maybe it's just like the illusion of someone being very tall and they have very big hips, upper body, that you might see that their waist is small, but that's a whole separate topic, and I'll talk about that in the future. And especially I'm counting on going back to competing after my pregnancy and all that, hopefully. I know that after that, and I learned from the YouTube girls mostly that after you give birth, you just won't have time for anything. But my husband is a competitor as well. This is actually his. It's not mine. I just moved here, so I don't even know where my trophies are at. I think I left them with my brother in Florida. To be honest with you, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not counting on my old trophies. I really want new trophies. I want first place trophies and my pro card this coming up here, because I'll be giving birth hopefully in June, and I'm really hoping that I can compete at the beginning of maybe 2023 if I'm cutting myself some slack, okay? So beginning of 2023, I want to go back to competing in bodybuilding and hopefully competing in dancing, if my husband is willing to do this stuff with me, because he is still refusing to dance. But anyways, hopefully when he sees this video, he knows this is directed to him. So anyways, let's get to the main point, which is how I actually lost weight. Okay, so the good news is it's going to come, like it's just gonna come up naturally. The first trimester sucks. It straight up sucks. You're depressed all the time. If you tend to eat when you're depressed, that's something. You eat all kinds of foods that you don't usually eat, because everything else that you usually eat, you might actually have an aversion to, which means that you actually are disgusted by, and if you eat them, you might actually throw up. So that's what happened to me in the first trimester. I talked about it in a different video. So the main point here is that that goes away, and almost towards the end of your 4th month, you regain your energy, you're able to take your prenatal pills, all that stuff. So all of a sudden you're not disgusted by the regular diet foods that you used to eat. So that's what happened to me. So I started eating again vegetables, fruits, tofu, things like that. So now I'm able to watch my diet. I'm able to do my calorie count as always. So on a normal day, a normal diet day, I would try to keep my diet between 1,000 calories and 1,200 calories, right? Now that I'm pregnant, I'm trying to keep it at 1,500 calories. So that's what I've been doing. I've been actually tracking my calories, tracking the type of food. I've been eating only good food. I haven't messed up my diet or even anything outside of that, really. So now, okay, so basically last trimester, I showed you guys that I was closing my corset at the 3rd eyelet, which is right here. So I was closing it at the 3rd eyelet, but not anymore. I'm back to the 2nd eyelet, which is really good news. You can see the little bump here because the baby's still at the bottom, okay? So you're not gonna see him at the top yet. So this is still very safe to wear, okay? And I'm still wearing it as like a little bit big. So this is not actually tight or anything like that, okay? So guys, just remember, I'm not trying to crush my baby. I'm only trying to contain my waist, okay? So that's that. And then of course, I decided to count my calories again and do all this stuff, even though everybody else was like, no, you need to feed, you need to get the vitamins and all that stuff. I'm aware of all that, so I'm accounting for it. I'm eating really good sources of food, like I said, vegetables, fruits, and all that. So I'm getting really good amounts of vitamins. I'm guessing at this point, 1,500 calories is still a lot for me. So even though sometimes I still feel like very hungry, because being pregnant makes you starved. You're starved all the time. So when because I would say the first trimester is when you lose your mind, literally. You hate everything, you hate everyone, you're upset all the time, you eat whatever you want. But that's because you are mentally like in a different place, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot explain it well. If you're pregnant or you've been pregnant before, you know exactly what I mean. You're just not thinking right, you're not thinking straight. So then you get to your 2nd trimester and then you're like, oh, wow, was I really doing that? Oh, that's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So that's when you regain your mental sanity and you just get back to eating what's good for you, what's necessary for you. And good news also, I've been able to get back to the gym only on the weekends for now, because that's when my husband is free and I'm not in the mood to go by myself to the gym anymore. For some reason, like since I got pregnant, I just don't feel the motivation level as high, but I've been able to run more often. I have more energy, definitely. And I'm planning to get back to circuit training, which I most likely will be making videos about what kind of training I do, what kind of workouts I do, for sure. And I'll show you what kind of workouts I'm doing while I'm pregnant, hopefully. Hopefully, I'll be making pregnant series / workout, okay? So yeah, so that's how I was able to lose so far. I've lost 3.5 pounds, and I just started not long ago. So that means that weight was just, I don't know, from eating junk, I guess. I mean, I wasn't eating real junk food in my first trimester, but for example, I had Reese's, I remember at some point, and I hate Reese's. I usually despise Reese's. I know this is weird, but like, they are extremely salty and extremely sweet at the same time, and I cannot stand it. I normally don't like junk food at all, but I don't know, something happened in my first trimester, and I was craving them, and I ate them like 3 times. I had one time like the package with the mini Reese's, and then I got the bigger ones. What else? I mean, I ate some junk here and there. Then I've been eating Cheetos chips with my husband. I usually don't eat this stuff, okay? This is definitely not stuff that was in my diet. So right now I'm still having like some snacks here and there. Like I'll have like a little bit of Cheetos with him, but no more Reese's, no more junk, you know, all those things. I don't even know how I did it in my first trimester. But yeah, so pretty much if you're in your first trimester and you're struggling and you're eating BS foods and crazy stuff like that, don't worry, okay? Don't worry. I've been there, done that. So just keep your hopes up. In your second trimester, everything is going to change. You're gonna go from crazy to very, very happy, okay? And also your mood changes completely. You go from crying every day, hating your life, hating people, hating your husband, maybe, I don't know. Everybody is different, obviously, but from what I understand, most women go through this. They get very emotional, and I tend to be a little bit more on the depression side. I have anxiety, I have depression, I have a little bit of ADD, so it's like, you know, like it was hard, hard, hard. I would wake up crying and like go to sleep happy maybe, or some days I wake up crying, go to sleep crying. It was just difficult, like so difficult. Like the first trimester is the reason why I don't plan to get pregnant ever again. I'm not going to lie. This is the first and the last, and hopefully my kid is going to be amazing. And by the way, I got the news. I did my, the last time I went to the doctor, I did a blood test and I was able to know the gender of the kid. I thought I was only going to be able at month 18. But it looks like month 14 was just fine. So they did the blood test to check if the baby is fine, if he doesn't have any disease and all that. So thank God that, you know, the baby is very healthy apparently. At least hopefully, because what the test would tell you is like your kid is very low risk in like certain diseases. And then it would tell you the gender, right? So we're having a baby boy. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully he's the one like amazing kid, and then I will not need another kid. Oh my God. It's not like I needed a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to have a kid because it's part of life, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe you think I'm crazy. I wouldn't blame you. Everyone around me does. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know my channel is brand new. If you want to support me, please thumbs up and leave me a thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe to know more about my waist training journey and what I'm doing during these tough months, I will be sharing every single detail. And I really hope, really hope, and that's really my goal, is to help everyone out there that's either going through this or want to go through pregnancy, because I'm aware that it's very hard for many women to get pregnant out there. I never actually paid attention to this, but it's something that a lot of women go through, and it's a big struggle. Yeah. So that's that. And I wanted to mention to you guys, I always said, okay, so I'm waist training with this in order to maintain my bump to the front, right? It's more, okay, so your bump will be different. Each person's bump is going to be different, right? Apparently you won't see your bump until month 5 or 6, but I'll make another video on this. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but like the idea is, how is your diet? Your diet is going to predict, most likely, because I know that there's so much information out there. And a lot of people say, oh, it just depends on the woman, and I guess it's hereditary in some way or another. But not really. I think it's all about your diet, who you are, how you hold your body, how tall you are, how short you are, all that matters. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm doing an experiment to make sure that I don't look like I'm about to explode. That's all I care about. I know it's weird, but yeah. So please subscribe, and if you really like my videos, please leave me a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your comments and your experiences, and I'd love for you guys to keep in touch. Thank you so much.